the canal into the deeds. They were hoping to put allowing them.
Interesting.
Well, this one I think is pretty important.
And this is the interior of the Charlton Towers. The domed roof was collapsing. And effectively a very, very difficult repair. So one of the most important things we do is manage change in historic buildings. So looking at why buildings are important, why they're listed, this is Doddington Hall in Cheshire, where we've been working on a scheme to convert it into a hotel, which means that they're more important, more significant. And then the top sort of 2, 3, 4% are listed as grade 1. And then the buildings are important because they give us a sense of place as well. This is a grade 1 building. It's on the corner of Werburgh Street. If you go to the cathedral, you get the tenant and retail venue. We've lowered the windows, so the sills were up here, you couldn't see in. So we've lowered the sill by piecing in new stone here. So really, really sensitive alteration, but it's about managing change and doing what's right for the building, enabling it to fulfill a useful role in the future. We save them because they're the last evidence of this process, which was incredibly important in history. And years ago, in the Northwich area, there were hundreds of these salt works, and now the Malam salt works is the only one left. So that's listed, but it's also a scheduled monument, so it's got the same protection as Stonehenge. As a conservation architect, the things that we're looking to do is enhance the building, so bring out the best in it. So look at the original architect's intentions and perhaps take away any layers of work which have detracted from the original architect's intentions. So the future of that building is secure now, really. It generates its own income, and the maintenance can be paid for by the revenue that's earned from that. And we have to adapt the building to give it a new lease of life. And we were conservation consultants. So initially we did a condition survey and identified the building's significance, really looked at the different phases of construction and produced a plan, produced policies on how it could be used in the future, set up some parameters really with the City Council and the Conservation Architect, like a framework of how a developer could come in and change this building. When necessary and appropriate, we put new interventions into historic structures. So this is Blencoe Hall in Cumbria, and the owners came to us needing more accommodation, worked closely with English Heritage, and got permission to put new floors in the tower, a new glass facade behind the crack, so that basically the tower was brought back to use, but it's still that important gash, if you like, was kept, and we saw that as part of the history of the building. So rather than repair it as a really square tower again, we've kept the interest of the history of it. We upgrade where we can without affecting the character of the building. Buildings can be deceptive, and one thing as a conservation architect we must always try and do is understand the building before we start changing it. So it's a lot older than its appearances first suggest. So Warden Hall is restored now. It's a family home, and it's surrounded by lots of new houses.
Well done.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Simon.